Today I welcome you students at this special session that is drama, and in drama we are going to learn a lot about the English stage. And this session is a compulsory session for every student of English literature. Maybe they are for BA or MA or IGNU or IAS, PCS, UGC NET, because UGC NET, the unit 1 is drama. But drama, this section or the introduction or the detailing which I am going to teach is of utmost importance for even the civil aspirants, the UPPCS, the BPSC, and even the TGT, PGT and other examinations as well. So students, just take care that you attend this session, share this link to the other students also, so that they may also be benefited. And I have also written that the students who are going to take the UGC NET this year, this month, for the UGC NET exam, they may even apply for, they may even take the crash course, the special crash course at the rate that is, you have to just download the application OSN Academy from the Play Store. And those UPSC students who are targeting the 2022 and if not 2023, they may also take the new batches as well as the English literature test series, for which they are very keen to make their test and answer writing solved. So the answer writing will be checked by me, all the direction and all the guidance will be given by me from time to time to all the UPSC as well as the civil aspirants. So let us start, students, with this session that is drama, the English stage. आप लोग सब लोग लाइव आ जाइए स्टूडेंट्स, एंड जस्ट मेक योर प्रेजेंस ऑन द चैनल by just telling that yes, you are live here, students, so that I may be able to start this English stage. So what is this English stage, students? What do you understand by this English stage? See, students, the first dramatic performances, you have a copy and pen with you so that you can write very important things. The first dramatic performances we know were staged by the Dorian villagers. You must not have heard the names. Dorian. Again I am repeating, the first dramatic performances we know were staged by the Dorian villagers, and these Dorian villagers were of ancient Greece. They were of ancient Greece, and they were first festivals in honor of Dionysus. Dionysus. They were first festivals in honor of Dionysus, the wine god. Who is Dionysus? The wine god. Students, just again I am repeating, this is a very, very special session. You must not have studied all these things anywhere. So why I tell students that the content is important, why students study with OSN Academy, so that they may perform well, they may be able to qualify their respective examinations, and MCQs which you follow in the YouTube channels will not play a vital role in making you content rich students. So they were festivals. They were first festivals in honor of Dionysus, the wine god, and came to have some dialogue and the action added to it. Now, they were comic, and as a rule, and seldom serious. Sometimes they were comic, and sometimes, because it was a rule, it was, you can say, seldom serious. And during the Middle Ages की अगर हम बात करें, traveling entertainers called, they were basically visiting towns and mansion houses in Western Europe. They used to give rude mimicry, the rude mimicry of manners and society of the day. Ayush Shukla, good afternoon. Rumila Kode, good afternoon. Arun Kumar, Pralam Arun, and Naval sir, good afternoon and good morning. So students, jaldi live आ जाइए so that you may not miss the classes. Now, see what happens here now. In the 10th century, what happened in the 10th century? In the 10th century, the church तो आप समझते ही हैं, the church decided टू ड्रामेटाइज द सर्विसेज। चर्च ने ये डिसाइड किया कि चलो भाई हम अपनी सर्विसेज को ड्रामेटाइज करेंगे। द चर्च डिसाइडेड टू ड्रामेटाइज द सर्विसेज एंड thereby to make them more attractive, to make them more appealing. To whom? To the people. And this was done particularly in special festivals. आप देखते हैं ना, जैसे हमारे यहाँ भी दिवाली में, दशहरा में, होली में, रक्षाबंधन में, there are so many festivals where the temples, the churches and these are made more attractive, the religious places, the attractive places, just to attract people, appeal people. And this is all done in special festivals, students. And on Easter Sunday, अगर हम बात करें Easter Sunday की, on Easter Sunday, the service was to commemorate the rising of the church, the rising of the Christ, not church, but Christ from the tomb. And a priest clad in the white robes stood in front of the altar. एक जो प्रीस्ट है सफेद कपड़ों के लिबास में, वो ऑल्टर के सामने खड़ा होता है, taking the part of the angel who guarded the sepulchre, and उसके बाद क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स? 3 other priests came up to him. 3 दूसरे जो प्रीस्ट हैं वो उनके पास आ जाते हैं, and they represent Mary Magdalene. 3 other priests came up to that priest representing Mary Magdalene and the 2 women who first found that the tomb was empty. So what happens that a dialogue would then follow between the first priest and the other 3. एक डायलॉग शुरू हो जाता है पहले priest में और the other 3 priests में, which I just told you. So these are the very, minute points where the students study from the very basic of it. Meghali Arora, good afternoon. Siddhama, good afternoon. Vidhi Shukla, good afternoon. How are you, Vidhi? I am sure that you are happy with getting this first live classes, and you spoke to me in the morning for joining the UGC NET class, I suppose. Vidhi. तो स्टूडेंट्स क्या होता है? शांतनु परनायक, गुड आफ्टरनून शांतनु. देखिए फर्स्ट प्रीस्ट क्या कहता है? फर्स्ट प्रीस्ट, व्हाट डू यू सीक इन द स्पल्चर? आप क्या ढूंढ रहे हैं स्पल्चर में, ओ क्रिश्चियन वुमन? सो जो 3 प्रीस्ट और मैंने आपको बताया वो क्या कहते हैं? द 3 प्रीस्ट विच आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू, वो क्या कहते हैं? जीसस ऑफ नाजरेथ हु वाज क्रूसिफाइड, ओ हेवनली वन. So again the first priest said, he is not here, he has risen even as he predicted. So this was a dialogue between the first priest and the 3 priests. Now what happens students, चलिए ये तो हम छोड़ते हैं. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? Of course we find there were all the elements of dramatic representation. All this what happened were all the elements of dramatic presentation and the actual spirit of the age stage performance. The scene is left by the author or by the people to the imagination. आपको सोचने के लिए छोड़ दिया गया. The scene is left to the imagination, but in the minds of the congregation, the church had become, कुछ समय के लिए, for the time being, the sepulchre of far off Palestine. There is as yet no change of scene, no complications by the series of incidents supposed to happen at different times and different places. But it matters not. Why? Because the spirit and the essence of the dramatic presentation are here, and complexity of development is soon to come. So अभी मैं आपको बहुत कुछ पढ़ाने वाला हूं स्टूडेंट्स, तब आपको ज्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग लगेगा. बिकॉज क्या होता है शुरुआत में, यू हैव टू मेक अ बेस ऑफ द इंग्लिश स्टेज, देन सो मेनी थिंग्स विल कम which you might have read, you might have studied, and then when you will get the entirety, you will love to have it. In between, before I just continue, there are many students of UGC NET as well as IAS who want the new edition of the study material. Of the new edition means the new edition has been launched, and I was just want to show this new edition. See students, this is the new edition which has been launched in hardbound copy. Drama and poetry, you can see the thickness and you can see the hardbound. It is highly updated now. So this is what are the books and dedicated books for the UGC NET English, that is the subject code 30. So students, whoever wish to get these collection of books written by me, they can download the application, they can go to the website also, they can also contact us on the WhatsApp. Fine. So this is like 2 units. Then see the cultural studies and the literary criticism, then research methods and the literary theory, the modern contemporary age. In this way, there are all the units combined with the hard copy bound and newly edition. In the same way, there is the UPSC new edition. So all those students who wish to be a part of this entire new edition may contact us for the classes or for the study material too. Fine. Now, what happens that the authorities now became very suspicious of this infant drama. Infant drama means बच्चा है. जो authorities थे उनको एक suspicion हो गया of this infant drama in the church, feeling that the people were coming more and more rather for entertainment rather than for the spiritual benefit. उनको ऐसा लगा कि लोग entertainment के लिए आ रहे हैं, ना कि किसी spiritual benefits के लिए. But the episodes from the Bible continue to be staged on the village green, मतलब village green outskirts, before the crowds who were very much interested. So we can say, for instance, the selling of Joseph into Egypt and the birth of Christ were their favorite themes. क्या favorite themes थी students? Selling of Joseph into Egypt and the birth of Christ were the favorite themes. There was not much action, बहुत सारा action नहीं था, लड़ाई झगड़ा मारपीट ऐसा कुछ action नहीं था. But there was a good deal of simple dialogue delivery थी. These biblical performances were called miracle plays. अब देखिए यहां से स्टूडेंट्स आ गया जहां पे शायद आपने सारी चीजें पढ़ी होंगी. Miracle plays. हमें इतनी देर लगा सिर्फ बेस बनाने में. ये जो अभी हमने आपको 10 मिनट का क्लास लिया, that was a base. Now we are coming to those things. अब आपको पता चलेगा कि ये जो biblical performance थी, इसके पीछे की स्टोरी क्या थी. What was the story behind this? So वहां पे बहुत एक्शन नहीं था, but there was a simple dialogues, and these biblical performances were called miracle plays. So कभी भी आपसे इंटरव्यू में पूछा जाएगा तो आप बता सकते हैं कि how was the growth of the action of this drama and how these biblical performances which were performed were called miracle plays. Kishwar Masood, you are already a student of OSN Academy. Yes, I know Kishwar, you have joined the UGC NET batch and आपका ऑनलाइन मटेरियल भी है. सर क्या मुझे हमारे लिए बेनिफिशियल नहीं है फॉर नेट प्रिपरेशन? नो, एवरीथिंग इज बेनिफिशियल किश्वर. यू हैव टेकन एवरीथिंग and you have got the best classes and everything, and if you have any doubts regarding any guidance, you may talk to me telephonically after this session, Kishwar. Now, the people however came to look on them as unduly dull and moral. So the promoters introduced humorous events. उसमें कुछ comic events और humorous events डाल दिया, and even the extra characters not found in the Bible version. And in the second shepherd's play, फिर से ध्यान रखिएगा, second shepherd's play, where shepherds are shown watching by night, for the star that was to announce the coming of the Christ, कि Christ आ रहे हैं. A comic character was introduced who created mirth by stealing sheep. जिसने एक mirth को create किया क्या करके? sheep को चुरा करके, by stealing sheep. So this is the beginning of the romantic treatment and comedy. कभी कोई आपसे पूछे कि how the beginning of the romantic treatment and of comedy हुई, then you can tell this story in brief which I have just told you. So this is what I am trying to make you understand that how you can judge your answers, how you can write well, how you can make your concepts very clear. But yes, it is only possible when you study good. And study good is possible when your mentorship and your guidance is very well designed and well experienced. So now students, this new drama, ये जिस ड्रामा की हम बात कर रहे हैं, this new drama was affected very much by the tendencies of the age. जो एज की टेंडेंसीज होती हैं हमेशा उससे जो हमारा ड्रामा, पोइट्री, फिक्शन या जो भी चीज़ें हैं, लिटरेचर है, वो हमेशा इफेक्टेड होता है. एंड ऑल ओवर यूरोप इन द लेटर पार्ट ऑफ द 14th century, पूरे यूरोप में 14वीं शताब्दी के लेटर पार्ट में देयर वाज अ ग्रेट टेंडेंसी टुवर्ड्स एलेगरी. अब देखिए मैं एलेगरी पे आ गया, जो आपने शायद अपने एग्जाम में अपने किताबों में पढ़ा होगा कि रोल ऑफ एलेगरी. 14th century के सेकेंड हाफ में आपने देखा होगा कि एलेगरी प्लेड अ मेजर रोल. All over Europe in the later part of the 14th century, there was a tendency towards allegory. And because there was a tendency towards allegory, characters were made to represent abstract qualities. Abstract means जिसको हम पकड़ ना सकें, उनकी abstract qualities को वो show करने लगे, characters को. Then moral virtues, then vices, and even to depict in the story or in the dramatic action the war between good and evil in life. So this all used to be shown in that drama, in that allegory, the abstract qualities, the virtues, the vices, and to depict in the story, in that dramatic action, the war between good and evil in life. So what happened, students? The Bible characters, जो बाइबल के characters थे, were replaced by the characters such as ignorance. This is very important. So Bible characters जो थे, they were replaced by such characters as ignorance, as vice, as experience. इनसे replace कर दिया गया. Then sloth, and then drunkenness. So the biblical characters were replaced by characters like ignorance, vice, experience, sloth, and drunkenness. Fine. Sir, as you know, अभी नेट के एग्जाम डिले हो रहे हैं, तो भी नेक्स्ट एग्जाम कब हो सकते हैं? विधि शुक्ला एग्जाम जो डिलेड है, इससे आपकी पढ़ाई से कोई लेना देना नहीं है. विधि students start their UGC NET preparation when they enter their MA first semester exam, because UGC NET is an examination which takes a lot of time to prepare well. So don't calculate with the examinations when it is going to come. You have to start your course, you have to start your sessions, your classes, so that the early you start, the better performance you will make whenever the exam will come. Exam के months को target नहीं किया जाता है, हमेशा टारगेट किया जाता है अपने अचीवमेंट पे, अपने एग्जाम के, अपने सिलेबस के कमांड पे. फाइन. तो ये ज़रूरी है विधि, इसलिए आपको एंड देयर इज गुजरात सेट इन 2 months. सो व्हाट शुड आई डू? इन 2 months देयर हैव बीन स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ गुजरात हु हैव क्वालिफाइड without coming to Lucknow by getting the study materials and by getting the classes. There is a student in Surat. One of my student in Surat, she has qualified the Gujarat set in the last attempt, and she is very happy because now she is placed as a permanent assistant professor. उसका नाम मैं भूल रहा हूँ, आप हमसे बताइएगा तो मैं आपको बता भी दूंगा. Who has qualified? So 2 months विधि बहुत बड़ा समय होता है. In these 2 months you can actually become a very good scholar by covering a lot of course with the study material, because study material will always be with you to complete it as soon as possible and to revise and revise and revise. Fine. Do the updated books have extra information than the old set? No. Romila, you have the latest edition course itself. It is only that now the books are hardbound. Harshita Joram. Good afternoon, Harshita. How are you, Harshita? Okay, Vidhi. So you got your answer. So the morality plays tended to be dull. जो morality plays जिसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं, they tended to be very dull. They tended to be very prosaic. So this threw upon the interlude. Again, now see the word interlude is coming. सो ये देखिए, ये आपने कभी नहीं पढ़ा होगा कि हाउ दीज केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस, द मॉरलिटी प्लेज, द इंटरल्यूड्स एंड द मिरेकल प्लेज। एक एक चीज मैं आपको ये समझा रहा हूं कि कैसे कैसे ये ड्रामा में इंग्लिश स्टेज में आई है। बिकॉज द morality plays tended to be very dull, prosaic, so this threw upon the interlude a responsibility for amusing the audience. Yes, interlude. अब बताइए, मान लीजिए हमने इंटरव्यू में आपसे पूछ लिया या किसी प्रोफेसर ने पूछ लिया कि मोरालिटी प्ले या इंटरल्यूड के आने का रीजन क्या था, तो इमीडिएटली यू कैन टेल बिकॉज द मोरालिटी प्लेज यूज्ड टू बी वेरी डल एंड प्रोजाइक। इस वजह से एक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी आ गई कि हमें ऑडियंस को अम्यूज कैसे करना है। सो वी हैव टू अम्यूज द ऑडियंस बाय इंट्रोड्यूसिंग दिस टर्म दैट इज इंटरल्यूड। एंड सो द इंटरल्यूड was no longer an episode. ये बहुत दूर तक एक एपिसोड नहीं रह गया which is inserted in a heavy miracle or a morality play, but it is something which stands alone. मतलब ये एक इसकी अपनी खुद की डेफिनेशन हो गई, इसका अपना खुद का एक व्यक्तित्व हो गया। Fine. And in some characters, in some actual characters of a human type, they began to appear an interlude, which the interlude is actually a play showed. You can say you will immediately remember the 4 P's. This is the best example of interlude, the 4 P's. The 4 P's. And who are the 4 P's? The peddler, the palmer, the apothecary and the pardoner. मैं लिख भी सकता हूं नए बच्चों के लिए, ये आप नोट कर सकते हैं। The peddler, the palmer, the palmer, the apothecary and the pardoner. The pardoner. Fine. So here a peddler within a play, and then independent palmer, apothecary and a pardoner, they meet and there is a argument and comic by play. And what is that? That who will tell the greatest lie? So the range of the subjects treated by the interlude is very wide. And there is a direct reference to life and people. There is a direct reference to these things are very important, students, to understand. There is a direct reference to, in the interlude, reference to life and people. Moreover, there was now, arising the feeling of need for division on the classical model into, regular acts, regular scenes. And with the interlude now claiming independent existence, a rough and a ready division may be made of tragedy, comedy and plays with a mixture of both. Now you can understand how this English drama now is coming towards the division, that is tragedy, comedy, or even tragedy, comedy, that is the tragic comic which has both. Fine. So इस समय की बात करें अगर हम, at this time the classical drama was well known to the scholars of Oxford. It was well known to the scholars of Cambridge and had been performed also by them at many times, at many junctures. And it was very natural also that the experiment should be made of producing English dramas on the classical model. And the most striking example, आप बता सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स, जो सबसे ज्यादा striking example था वो क्या था? The most striking example was, undoubtedly you must be knowing, is Gorboduc, yes, which was acted somewhere around 1560. Now, this is built up on the strict model of the Roman writer of tragedy Seneca. Roman writer of किसको मैंने बताया? Seneca, Roman writer of tragedy जिसका नाम था Seneca. Seneca, Seneca. And there is no action, and much use is made of the Greek expedient. And what is that? The chorus. The chorus. बच्चों, आपको ये सेशन कैसा लग रहा है? बीच बीच में हम आपको बहुत मोटिवेट करते हैं पढ़ने के लिए, लेकिन बीच बीच में आपको भी ये बताना है कि सर ये जो सेशन है ये हमें अच्छा लग रहा है, and it is of great importance to me. And yes, I was actually not knowing these things which you have made so much clear about the English drama and the English stage. Fine. शांतनु, थैंक यू सो मच कि आपको ये सेशन बहुत अच्छा लगा, और मुझे उम्मीद है कि सभी बच्चों को ये अच्छा लगेगा कि बिकॉज आई एम टेकिंग इट फ्रॉम द वेरी डीप rooted part of the English drama which generally students don't study and they don't find any classes. So this is the way how I teach in my 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 batches in the application of all the top level examinations of literature in the country, including the UPSC, IES and UGC NET. Now, Vidhi Shukla ne, अच्छा चलिए, I am very happy कि आप you are enjoying the session, and I hope so that you like OSN Academy and wish to enroll yourself so that you may be able to qualify the Gujarat set this time even, and even the UGC NET in the next time. Thank you, Romila. You are all enjoying. Rasidul Islam, you have joined the West Bengal PCS examination. I appreciate that you liked OSN and joined the West Bengal PCS examination. I hope one day you will make us proud by qualifying this high level examination. Okay, Kishwar, thank you so much. Now see, we are going to the next part of this session, and the next part of the session is what are the characteristics of the classical drama. यहाँ से कॉपी पेन जरूर उठा लीजिएगा. What are the characteristics of the classical drama? What are the characteristics of classical drama? Now, here comes the first question, that is the rules of drama. The classicals as laid down by Aristotle. The classical as laid down by Aristotle, which I even taught in my UGC NET classes, they insist that 3 unities must be observed. And now, what are those 3 unities, students? You have to understand that, you have to note it down. And what are that? Number 1 is the unity of time. Pehla, the unity of time. See students, in the unity of time की बात करें, then the duration जो है, action का जो duration होता है और जो story है drama में, must not be longer than 1 day. This means that the entire action with the story in the drama should not be much more than 1 day. The second unity is the unity of place. The unity of place. What do you mean by this? इसका मतलब होता है that the scene of the incidents of the drama, the scene of the incidents of the drama must be constant. Characters cannot appear in different places at different times. So the scene of the incident जो of the drama है वो basically constant होगा, because characters cannot appear in different places. Are you getting my point, students? जहां जो समझ में ना आएगा पूछ लीजिएगा. Now, the unity of time, unity of place के बाद आता है unity of action. The unity of action. Now, in this unity of action, there must be only one main story or plot. One main story and plot with no introduction of subordinate or minor plots. Again, I am repeating, this is very important, students, that in this unity of action, Aristotle meant to say that there must be only one story, one plot with no introduction of subordinate or the minor plots. Fine? यहां तक क्लियर है? Now see students, एरिस्टोटल की यूनिटीज की अगर हम बात करें, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द एरिस्टोटल यूनिटीज, एरिस्टोटल यूनिटीज वर फ्रेम्ड with a view to preserve general dramatic unity, because he foresaw the danger of the drama becoming disjointed and disconnected series of events if the art of the dramatist were allowed too much of scope. So Aristotle's restrictions were all drawn up with a view to attaining the dramatic completeness and form. And for the same reason, he framed a course which the drama should run, or suggested a model which should be followed. And the play was to consist of 5 divisions or stages. So ये reason है कि क्यों 5 stages उन्होंने बताया कि ऐसा ऐसा होना चाहिए. The play was to consist of 5 divisions or stages. There are many questions which the professors ask in the interviews regarding this, and as a professor I have even asked many questions to the students who have been coming to the interview, but the students, even they are good scholars, they are not able to tell this answer. So now today you will understand that what is this reason, what are these 5 things. पहला क्या होगा स्टूडेंट्स? द एक्सपोजिशन. पहला द एक्सपोजिशन. द एक्सपोजिशन. नाउ व्हाट इज द एक्सपोजिशन? एक्सपोजिशन होता है ओपनिंग सिचुएशन. इट इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी एन ओपनिंग सिचुएशन इन विच जो ऑडियंस है इज मेड acquainted with the causes which lead up to the development of dramatic action. So this is called the exposition. Second is the rising action. Second is the rising action, where the action works up to a situation or to certain effect. Fine. Now, this राइजिंग एक्शन जो मैंने आपको बताया, वेयर द एक्शन इज वर्किंग अप टू अ सिचुएशन और इफेक्ट, दिस इज डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द कॉजेज इन द एक्सपोजिशन. नाउ द थर्ड इज द क्राइसिस और क्लाइमेक्स. द क्राइसिस और क्लाइमेक्स. क्राइसिस और क्लाइमेक्स स्टूडेंट्स इज द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ द ड्रामेटिक एक्शन. जब आप फिल्में भी देखते होंगे, थिएटर्स में भी जागते होंगे, देखता होगा आपने, क्राइसिस आता है, क्लाइमेक्स आता है, वो ड्रामेटिक एक्शन का हाईएस्ट पॉइंट रहता है. सो क्राइसिस और क्लाइमेक्स इज कंसिडर्ड टू बी द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ द ड्रामेटिक एक्शन, एंड इट इज द इफेक्ट ब्रॉट आउट बाय द कॉजेज इन द एक्सपोजिशन. ये वही इफेक्ट है जो एक्सपोजिशन के कॉजेज होते हैं उसके वजह से वो आता है. दैट इज कॉल्ड द क्राइसिस और द क्लाइमेक्स. नाउ द फोर्थ पॉइंट इज द फॉलिंग एक्शन. द फॉलिंग एक्शन. फॉलिंग एक्शन में क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स? इन दिस स्टेज द इंटरेस्ट लूजेज इट्स इंटेंसिटी. जो इंटरेस्ट हमारा होता है उसकी जो तीव्रता होती है, जो उसकी इंटेंसिटी होती है, वो धीरे धीरे कम हो जाती है एज द सोल्यूशन और वी कैन से द रिजल्ट इज अप्रोचिंग नियर. एंड द लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट इज द क्लोज और द कैटास्ट्रोफे. द क्लोज और द कैटास्ट्रोफे, ये होता है. This is the final ending, the final situation, the final solution. Any students, any questions up till now? Any questions you would like to ask till now? हमें उम्मीद है कि आपको बहुत कुछ नया ज्ञान, नई चीजें पता चली होंगी, स्पेशली द न्यू स्टूडेंट्स हु हैव बीन प्रिपेयरिंग, or the old students who have still not studied well, so they will be able to understand that what is content rich classes and how to study at the place where you feel like studying. Repeat the point one again. शांतनु आपने कहा है पहला पॉइंट को रिपीट करें, तो पहला पॉइंट मैंने आपको बताया था ये एक्सपोजिशन है स्टूडेंट्स। द एक्सपोजिशन क्या होता है? इट इज बेसिकली द ओपनिंग सिचुएशन, एंड इन विच ओपनिंग सिचुएशन में क्या होता है, वेयर द ऑडियंस इज मेड एक्वेंटेड, ऑडियंस को पहचान कराई जाती है, उसको अक्वेंट कराया जाता है विद द कॉजेज, रीजंस विच लेड अप, जिसके रीजन था, जिससे शुरुआत हुई टू द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ड्रामेटिक एक्शन, कि ये ड्रामेटिक एक्शन जो हुआ है उसका क्या रीजन था। तो इसको कहते हैं एक्सपोजिशन। सदानंद सिंह, गुड आफ्टरनून सदानंद। एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस और आई शुड कंटिन्यू? नाउ सी आफ्टर दिस, it may have this subdivision which led to the plays being divided into 5 acts. जैसा मैंने आपको समझाया, it may have been this subdivision which led to the plays being divided into 5 acts. Fine. Now, the plays of Shakespeare, again, if we talk about the plays of Shakespeare, do not correspond to this in their acts, which in any case were arranged by the later editors and not by Shakespeare. If you see the example of As You Like It, there is no definite climax such as we expect in a tragedy, and the highest point of the interest comes when Rosalind, the daughter of Duke Senior, Celia, the daughter of Duke Frederick, they have entered the forest of Arden about midway in the play and have made contact with the party of the banished Duke, that is the Duke Senior, in the forest. Now, who introduced? No, here Aristotle का जो aim था, Aristotle's aim was dramatic completeness and the regular form. Shakespeare had also the same ideas, but he had the different methods. His lifelike characters, they took charge and they worked out the action. He made no efforts to obey who? शेक्सपियर की बात कर रहा हूं। शेक्सपियर मेड नो एफर्ट्स टू ओबे एरिस्टोटल्स प्रिंसिपल्स, दो ही मस्ट हैव स्टडीड देम, यद्यपि कि उसने पढ़ा होगा, फॉर ही न्यू व्हाट वाज गोइंग ऑन, एंड इट वाज बिकॉज ऑफ द स्पिरिट ऑफ द क्लासिकल ड्रामा विच हेल्प्ड शेक्सपियर, द फॉर्म वाज नेवर पॉसिबल. फाइन. सो here I would also say the Greek drama. The Greek drama was founded in the place on a gathering of village worshippers singing the odes to the Dionysus, जो मैंने एकदम शुरुआत में बताया था, the wine god. Again I am repeating, the Greek drama was founded in the first place on a gathering of village worshippers singing odes to Dionysus, the wine god. And the leader of the group would at times conduct some dialogue with one of his followers, and then in that course of time other members of the chorus used to come into that dialogue, and the proportion of singing work done by the chorus, जो chorus का काम होता था, वो कम हो जाता था, it became less. And the lack of scenery, जो सीनरी होती थी उसकी जो कमी थी, the lack of scenery and the stage effect was made up for by the descriptions and the explanations sung by the chorus. And the limitations now imposed by these three unities were met in a very similar manner. What? That the chorus served to give a break. The chorus served to give a relief in the tragic monotony of the Greek drama and the Shakespearean device of relieving the tragedy of a comic element would not have been admissible. So this is what is an important fact which the students might be knowing or might not be knowing, because this is of utmost importance for the UPSC aspirants who have to write the answers, or the UGC NET aspirants who have to control their knowledge as far as the questions which come in the examinations are very different now. They use a different technique. Now the examination does not give you the direct questions as they used to give 5 years or 10 years before. So that is why the classes which are needed for you should be very content rich, very highly experienced students, so that you may perform best in the examination, whether it is a one-day examination, that is the options, or whether it is a subjective examinations like the UPSC or the PCS exams. Tabassum Parveen, good afternoon Tabassum, and good afternoon Shivani. कोई क्वेश्चंस होंगे, कोई आपके डाउट्स होंगे तो जरूर पूछते रहिएगा. Now what happens that after the slight experiment done on the classical model exemplified by Gorboduc, as I have just told you, the English dramatists discarded completely the three unities. ये जो English dramatists थे, इन्होंने तीनों यूनिटी को पूरी तरह त्याग दिया. Now what happened? The romantic drama during the reign of Elizabeth, the romantic drama in the age of Queen Elizabeth, in the age of Queen Elizabeth, while the classical model of the Senecan tragedies certainly influenced the drama in England as regards dignified form and wider expression, the treatment became more and more and more romantic. And the characteristics of the romantic drama involves complete disregard of the three unities. Always remember this thing. The characteristics of the romantic drama involve completely disregard of the three unities. It may extend over practicality for an unlimited period of time, and the action may move from place to place. Minor or subsidiary plots are introduced which run side by side with the main plot, which I have just told you that the unities में ऐसा subplot का चक्कर नहीं होता given by Aristotle. Fine. And again I can give you the examples to make you understand that. If you see, good afternoon Lakshmi, I missed your name. लक्ष्मी यादव, आप किसकी प्रिपरेशन कर रही हैं लक्ष्मी? राघवेंद्र सिंह राजपूत, गुड आफ्टरनून राघवेंद्र. I hope you are my student who has joined the UPSC English literature classes, and I hope you are doing all well. So on the screen you can see once again the units of UGC NET, and once again for the new students I will show these new editions books. See students, the drama and poetry, this is the drama and poetry, this is the hard copy. You can see the thickness of this book. So this is all the new editions. This is the research methodology and the literary theory, and this is the cultural studies and the literary criticism. All the other books are shown. These are hard copy, 2 units in 1, so that the student gets a combination of the perfection. And the best part is that the left page is blank. I have kept the left page blank so that when you have the classes you can note down certain important things here, and here it is written. So it will be a very good combination for you to have the versatile and the best study material experienced by 25 years of teaching. And Alok Chandra Barik, good afternoon Alok Chandra Barik. No beta, it is not available on Amazon. It is only available on my website osnacademy.com. It is available on my Play Store Google application OSN Academy. You can download the application, or you can have the number on the screen which is given there. You have to just WhatsApp me that, sir, I want to order this book, and send your address, and the cost is only 4,999. And this also includes the shipping charges as well as the bound copy. So after some time it might be available on the Flipkart or Amazon, but it is not needed. That is why, because the students directly take it from us. Rani Khatun, good afternoon, Rani. Alok, what is the overall charges for net? Overall charges, Alok Barik, is only, there are two batches. That is, one is 6666, very small fees, and 9999. This includes the study material also. This does not include the study material. Both these batches are given on the application, that is osnacademy.com. So you may visit it. The links are given there. Links are given on the screen also. You can download the application and see the details, and the number is also given there. So let us once again start the class. You can even check the description box. It is highly discounted, Alok Chandra Barik, because it is the new edition. It is hard copy bound, and we are not charging anything extra for the hard copy, which is very costly indeed. You can see the bindings, students. See such hard copy, and see the thickness, and see the level, and see the quality. So this, and that too in such a small piece. So there is no discount possible because we have not added anything extra. So this is the Quality Education Center, and as a professor, I have been teaching, and I have been nurturing, and I have been helping students. The entire country can vouch that yes, it is Dr. Agarwal and OSN Academy who has helped me make my career, whether it is IAS, PCS, NET or any others. So I hope. So you can see the link on the top also. You can see the link on the top of the page of the YouTube channel also, where you can click it. Fine. Now, I was just discussing about the example that if you take the As You Like It, in the play As You Like It, the action of the play extends over a considerable time. जो play का जो action है, वो एक considerable time तक खिंच जाता है, several months at the very least. And the story is fairly simple. And although there are several sets of characters who appear in the scenes of As You Like It, apart from each other, it would not be accurate to say that there actually is a secondary story. The unity of place is not observed. The unity of place is not observed, for the action is moving from Oliver's house to the Duke's place, and then to the forest of Arden. Fine. So now I would just like to teach you something related to the stage, because the heading is the English stage. So I would like to teach you the stage in Shakespeare's time. This English stage. Now I would be teaching you the stage in Shakespeare's time. The stage in Shakespeare's time. Fine. So this is of importance because Shakespeare is undoubtedly the greatest dramatist of the entire age. So उसके समय में स्टेज कैसा था, तो आपका जो कमांड है लिटरेचर में वो और अच्छा हो जाएगा. See, in this topic I would just say that the old professional companies, आपने professional companies का नाम सुना होगा. So these old professional companies were still public favorites. वो आज भी उस समय में भी पब्लिक की फेवरेट्स थी. When Shakespeare came to London, only the scholars of the universities being interested in the Greek drama, and the want of theaters, जो theaters की जो demand थी, was actually no obstacle to them. All they wanted, वो क्या चाहते थे? All they wanted was a raised platform, out of doors or in a hall. And many of the old morality plays, बहुत सारे जो old morality plays थे, were planned for a company of 4 players. And such seems to have been the size of the most traveling companies or the most traveling groups. And they were looked upon as vagabonds. उनको vagabond समझा जाता था, and had no professional status such as actors now enjoy. जो आज की डेट में actors enjoy करते हैं, उनके पास वो feeling नहीं थी, वो बात नहीं थी. But The public was very much eager. The public was very much eager. What? For what? The public was very much eager for the simple plays. Whether they are tragedy, whether they are farce, whether they are comedies, which they were supplying. And those professional players were not slow to seize upon any new material, any new ideas which the university men might turn up to. So what happened that they kept their old moralities, they kept their interludes, they added many plots, they added tales from old writers of Greece and Rome, they added some knowledge of the Greek and the Roman writers of comedy. And who were the Roman writers of comedy? Like Plautus, Plautus. And they drew on the folklore, they drew on the romance, they drew on the ancient legends of their own English country. And from this medley of materials arose the Elizabethan drama as represented in its highest form by Shakespeare. He found ready conventions, he found some certain accepted methods of stage production. How to describe, how to tell this thing instead of describing this generally. See, students, one of my OSN students who has qualified the UPSC Uttar Pradesh Allahabad examination, the recent one, and has joined the PC Bagla College, Hathras, an assistant professor in English, and he has himself made this video and told me to give to the students so that they may see that hard work, dedication and good mentorship and good content and the rich classes made him qualify UGC NET, the UPSC, the interviews, and now he is in permanent job, maybe approximately 1 lakh rupees. And he belongs to a very rural background from a small city in Bulandshahr, that is in Uttar Pradesh, and now posted in PC Bagla College, Hathras. So congratulations Rakesh Sharma, and I wish many more Rakesh Sharma, many more Miss Sharmas may get into this assistant professor job. You only require 2 things. The first thing, have faith in your teacher. Second thing, have the dedication into your studies. And the third thing, don't spoil your time in social media. If you are spoiling a lot of time in social media, it is supposed that you may not be able to qualify any exams. So, vagabond का मतलब होता है a person who whiles his time here and there, जिसके पास कोई काम ना हो, कोई घर ना हो, केवल कुछ करने का ना हो. That is, जैसे माँ बाप भी कभी कभी बच्चों को डांट देते हैं, you are a vagabond, you have nothing to do. So it is a negative word in the sense. So you must have heard the name of the Globe Theatre. So Globe Theatre बहुत बड़ा नाम है, and we can draw a good picture of the famous Globe Theatre, and it was a circular building. Globe Theatre क्या था बच्चों? It was a circular building, or we can say an auditorium, which consisted of ground floor and 2 galleries. And the seating situation or the standing accommodation occupied half of the circular area of the theatre. Fine. And into the very middle of the ground floor, the stage was projected. The stage was, so it was not contained within a picture. Yes, as it was like the modern stage theatres. And this projecting stage was surrounded by the spectators from 3 sides. 3 साइडों से वो surrounded था spectators था. And at the rear of the stage was a wall with the decorative columns and architecture, and there was a one large door immediately in the middle of the wall, and a smaller door on the either side. So this is what I think, students. We should continue this class tomorrow, the second session, because I think 1 घंटा हो गया है. मैं बोलते बोलते भी मैं बहुत थक रहा हूँ. Continuously I am extempore lecture मैंने दिया आपको 1 घंटे का. So I wish that I should continue this lecture and finish the English stage tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow is Sunday, so maybe we will continue on Monday. In the meantime, I would just say congratulations to all those students who have qualified the UPSC. Congratulations to all those students who have qualified in the past under my guidance. And just be motivated, be under my guidance for the best classes, for the best content, for the study material, for any examinations of the country in literature, you have to just download the application OSN Academy and just feel the experience. Any doubts, any things, you have the WhatsApp number, you can call us. Thank you, Harshita. Thank you, Pavita. Thank you, all of you students. I would just like to ask one last question from you students, that live classes which I take should be in the morning or should be in the evening. So just comment on the message box after this session so that ऑनलाइन क्लासेस की कोर्स आपको फीस ज़्यादा लग रही है बच्चों, तो यू कैन ज्वाइन एनी अदर you can say classes where you find that you can save some rupees, because what I feel that what I am giving and what fees I am taking, it is not even the technology cost. It is so less that I have helped the poorest of the students in India in the COVID times also, and the students feel very highly obliged to OSN family for giving them the best education, and that too in such a small fees. Thank you so much students. Thank you so much.